Then I'll share with you some things you really, really need to take with you specifically and exclusively, really, if you're going to Disney. And then you go click. Well, I found them again, and now I don't know what I've done with them. Oh, this one feels heavier. Hi, I'm Ree. Welcome back to my channel, Mummy of Four Does Disney. And a pack with me for Disneyland Paris for our June 2022 trip. If you saw this video, you'll know that we just did a big try on of all the things we're going to wear, which is great because I know we've got everything we need. But now I'm left with two options. Start packing now or not be able to go to bed tonight. So we are going to get as much packing as possible done now. I think this is going to be a multi-day kind of project, so make sure you stick around to see how it all pans out. So my plan is to start by organising outfits by day, just like I showed you in that video. What I like to do is to use my Loungefly bags as packing cubes. Now that might be a bit extra, but bear with me. By doing that, you've got all the bits you need for the outfit in one bag. It means you can take more bags and everything just stays a little bit more organised. And you've got more different variety of bags to use in the parks, haven't you? Which is always excellent. So I'm going to create some sort of space. I'm at the stage where I'm like, oh, I don't know where to begin. I'm going to gather the things that we definitely need for travel day, because I do not want to pack those things, and equally I don't want them to be used. So things like the shoes are going to be worn on travel day, so they are going to stay in this basket so they don't get packed and they don't get worn. Now these are new trainers. I did discuss this briefly in the what we're wearing video, but a little hack for you for new shoes so you don't get blisters. Use a hairdryer, blast the inside of them so they warm. It kind of warms up the glue, warms up the fabrics, and then put them on your feet and walk around your house in them. Do this a few times over. It will wear in your shoes so that you don't get blisters in the parks.
We collide, we break down, caving in to our doubts.
So that's one outfit ready. The ears, the dresses for myself and the girls, and my headband for this particular day are all packed and ready to go. And I just need to repeat that process until I can see my bed.
Faces filled with sadness. When words are said, we'll regret. I can see the fire that we made just to save us. When we try to make up for never letting go. Said the things we promised not to say, then we break up just to start all over, even though we know this is the hard way better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way to better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way to better. We can't be heartache together. This is the hard way to better.
So I feel like I'm getting somewhere. I've now got a pile of stuff that we're taking on the day and that mustn't be packed. I've got the girls' denim jackets set aside. They're going to wear those perhaps over their Spirit jerseys on the day. Let's face it, the more we wear, the less we have to pack. William's little Spirit jersey, it's quite thin. Do you know what? I might get him to wear that over his t-shirt just to board the plane. Like, layer up people to get on the plane. Save on luggage by wearing all the clothes. So all those things are ready to go. Now, if you saw the video where we're deciding what to wear, you'll know that Willie wanted to take a fair few bags. I was going to see how many, the girls as well actually, everyone wanted to take a fair few bags. We're going to see how many we can fit in the cases. So I've packed a load of outfits into some of the bags. I might use William's bags for not just his outfits, because the girls' outfits, my outfits like fill a whole bag. Whereas if it's just William's t-shirt, maybe we can put some pants and socks and things in his bags too. Obviously I also have to pack for my eldest and my husband, but they are literally, they're not fussed about which bags they have or anything. They just got some t-shirts, some Disney-esque t-shirts, some of them. My husband's got like his sort of quite sarcastic ones, like the Scar I'm Surrounded by Idiots one he had for Florida, and the Buzz Lightyear So no sign of intelligent life anyway. You know, he'll wear a Disney t-shirt as long as it's slightly ironic. I got those as well to pack in, but it's not as much as, you know, the children and myself are a bit more like, oh, which bags do we want to take and things. The other two, not fussed at all. My next job, I think I'm going to get out some little cases because we are taking one carry-on, like a drag-on cabin case each, which is going to be full of packing things, as well as a handbag sized bag that can go under the seat. So that's our like allowance that we've got. Then I need to decide how much, if any, check-in luggage I need to add to our flights, because we're flying with EasyJet. And as standard, you literally get a handbag sized bag, and then you get an upgrade for additional luggage. So we're trying to keep it as low-key as possible, but while also being realistic that we need to have some space to bring some souvenirs home, and that we want to take lots of like cute outfits and stuff. So these are the girls' skirts. They need to be worn on the day. We've started to gather together as well things like pajamas, nightwear. I've got a big thing of socks over there, pants and things. So I just think perhaps if today I could get the clothing in for myself and the little three and the bags, and then perhaps tomorrow, which will just be later in the vlog for you guys, we can kind of add in toiletries, t-shirts for my eldest and my husband, pants and socks, things like that. And then we can kind of round it all off, because it feels quite overwhelming. I'm pretty exhausted from organising all the clothes earlier today already. So not sure how much I'll get done, but just as long as I can get into the bed, you know, it's at that stage where sometimes you just need to do what you can and then do the rest another day. So let me know in the comments, do you like to pack all in one day, or is it like a week-long affair where you're kind of adding bits and pieces in? I personally like to pack a little bit earlier, just so that people don't wear the things that I want to pack, because there is nothing more annoying than seeing someone wearing something you had earmarked for packing. Nothing more annoying than that. Obviously, I have to film this and edit it as well, so that works out quite nicely. But it just gives you a little bit of time, if you pack a little bit earlier, to think, oh yeah, actually, I'd like to add this in, I'd like to add that in, and just gives you a bit of wiggle room to check it and rejig it. That's my kind of thoughts on it anyway. Enough chit chat. Let's get some of these cases in here and start playing packing cube Jenga. I have just opened up one of the carry-on cases and found the children's neck pillows. Now we're only flying for just over an hour, so I don't know whether to either attach these to the outside of their bags, like with these clippy things, or make them wear them through the airport, but I don't feel like I want to take up a whole case carrying them on board. I don't know. We'll put these aside and we'll see how we go. Okay, so these are the small cabin-sized American Tourister cases. It seems that 2 Loungefly bags fit quite nicely in this section. They're probably a bit deep for this section, so what I'm going to do is put 2 Loungefly there in the cases that are having Loungefly in them, and use this side for packing cubes of other things. Pants, socks, pyjamas, my husband's stuff, my teenager stuff, that kind of thing can go in that side of the cases. So now I'm going to pack some extra bags for Will, because he's got some different bags he wants to take. But in his bags, I am going to stuff some of his like pants, socks, that kind of thing too. To a place a long time ago when I kissed your lips. I can see the fire that we made just to save us when we try to make up for never letting go. Said the things we promised not to say, then we break up just to start all over, even though we know this is the hard way to better. We can be hard. Okay, so maybe we're still absolutely miles off, and there's no maybe about it. We're still absolutely miles off, but I can now move all these cases off my bed and just stack them in the corner of my room when I want to go to sleep tonight. Next phase from here is going through a checklist, seeing what we've packed so far, seeing what is left to do. For example, everybody's underwear, everybody's sleepwear, all the toiletries. The toiletries I do keep in kind of a a ready to go bag. So there's a case inside my wardrobe just behind me with a toiletry bag and all our chargers and things. Now, one of these cases is going to have to be predominantly for my laptop, camera gear, all that kind of stuff as well. So I think I'll put all the chargers and stuff in with that. But for now, I think I'm going to call it a day, and the sun is out. I'm going to take the children out to play in the garden and just take a break from packing. So I'll be back tomorrow probably, but what's just a moment for you. It's packing day 2. So I am going to go through my checklist of everything I've packed so far and start ticking off what it's actually done. But before that, I'm going to pull out the suitcases I put away after our Florida trips, because I shoved a load of things in there that we'll need in future trips. Things like Disney t-shirts for my husband that he will literally only wear in Disney, or toiletries, chargers, that kind of thing. So I'm going to pull all that out now, see what we need out of it, and then we'll do a little assessment of what we've packed so far, what we still need to pack, and get as much done as possible. If by the end of today I can have a really short list of things I still have to pack, I'd be really, really happy. Okay, so I've got a few of the bits and pieces out from that case. Now let's have a look at my packing checklist. So this is just a clothing packing checklist. You can grab this plus other checklists I'm using from my Ultimate Mum bundle. It's free when you just join my email club, which is also free. Just pop your email in and then you get links to all of these printable goodies that will help you get organised for packing and other things. There's also a blog post to go with this video, and every video I do actually, with lists to everything that I am listing, all the things and links to them, but also just the lists of the things that I am packing and kind of tips generally, just so that you make sure you don't miss out on anything when you are packing. So for this, I'm just putting our initials across the top, and then I've got a little top, skirts and or trousers, cardigans and hoodies, underwear, socks, PJs, coats, accessories and toiletries. That is just the clothing and the essentials for each person. And then obviously I've got some Disney specific stuff that I need to locate and pack. The aim for this trip, and we'll find out by the end of this pack with me video if I'm going to manage that, is to just take carry-on cases and not to have to resort to using these, which seem large but are actually medium-sized American tourist cases. The smaller cases that I was packing yesterday, the idea is we'll just take one of those each on board. If I can manage that, cool. If not, then I will have to pay additional to have some luggage in the hold. So if we are doing carry-on only, I'm going to need to decant toiletries. I bought these in Primark, but I will link some of those in the blog post if you just need to order some online. I need to decant toiletries because there's a limit to the liquids you're allowed to take on as carry-on in an aircraft. We're going to do some toiletry decanting. I've also found in my kind of packs of goodies, these are my medical supplies. So we've got some Calpol and ibuprofen sachets for the children, some cold and flu medication, a first aid kit full of bandages and all sorts, migraine medicine in case I get that, standard paracetamol, ibuprofen for grown-ups, vapor rub. There's just, you know, all eventualities stuff. That is like our standard wherever we're going away for a night, a week more. That will go in the case. These are our toiletries from our last trip. I do keep a separate set of toiletries, so separate essentials in a bag ready to go, because I used to years ago just sort of rush around, grab our toothbrushes and things to pack them. But we've just got separate toothbrushes. In this case I've just got some ready to go. I'm actually going to throw out the older toothbrushes and we'll just pack fresh ones to open when we get there. Look, I've actually got 2 packs of those. There we go. These are always just, you know, for the sake of 75p. I think I bought these in Primark. It's well worth just having separate toothbrushes for when you go away. As with separate chargers, I used to spend the last morning before we went away just looking for chargers and things. Having a charger bag that I just leave in the case has changed my life, people. Changed my life when it comes to packing anyway. Because you just leave all the leads and things all tied up neatly. I use these little like Velcro cord tidy things, which are brilliant. They just keep them all neat and tidy. They live in a charger cord bag. I've actually got 2 of them, so I'm going to slim those down into one. I may use the other one for more of my like camera gear and stuff, which probably isn't like standard packing, but obviously because I'm vlogging, I've got the camera and filming on now. I've got my GoPro, I've got my mini like whizzy gimbal camera. I've got quite a lot of like gear I'm going to take with me as well, so that is, you know, a separate issue, but a consideration for things I've got to take. Let's go through this packing list of how we're doing so far. So for myself, Bella and Zara and William, I've done all of our tops, haven't I? Because we packed all the outfits yesterday. Cool. Also, skirts and trousers for myself, Bella and Zara. I think William needs, I need to pack his bottom half. And I haven't done that for anyone, although I have got baskets of things around the place. PJs, coats. We're not going to take coats as such, but I think I will take a pack of Axe, the same as the ones we wore in Florida. It's just good to have like a really small pack-away coat that you can chuck on if it is raining. Otherwise, you end up having to buy one of those really attractive Disney ponchos. Toiletries for everybody, and we'll go through here. So let's sort toiletries, and then I think we'll move on to people's clothing. They are my husband's Disney t-shirts. I have found those. My teenager has given me some baskets of stuff that I've asked him for. I think I feel quite positive that we might make a real dent in this today. Take off my very nice jumper. This is one of the ones that was sent to me by Very Nico for their Princess Empowerment collection, as was the one I was wearing yesterday, I believe. Anyway, it's very nice and warm and snuggly, but this packing's making me boiling, so I'm gonna have to take it off. Along with everything else, I shall link these down below. Right, we're making some really good progress. Now I've got toothpaste. Sadly, my children will not all use the same toothpaste, but there's 2 different toothpastes that the girls like, and then myself and the boys will have obviously normal adult toothpaste, but they're all under 100ml, and we've just got fresh toothbrushes that I haven't even taken out the packets. In here we have a whole load of toiletries, all under 100ml. Deodorant, 45ml, perfect. Anything like this will say on it 50ml for my moisturiser. Then I have decanted shampoo. What's that one? Oh, that's sun cream, because the Sultan sun cream that I like, that's the all day one, was in a bigger bottle, bigger than 100ml. So that one doesn't have a label on it because it didn't come with labels, but I'm just going to have to remember the unlabeled one is sun cream. We've got shower gel, which is actually like a moisturising one. But then I've also added in a whole load of these that we've picked up in hotels and things. I just figured if we run out of the decanted ones, or, you know, good opportunity to use these, we can use these and then just dispose of them when we are there. So that is pretty much the toiletries sorted. I've now got to go through my makeup bits. These kind of live in the case. I need to refill these as well. So myself and my husband have these little perfume decanter thingies. This one actually seems quite full, so let's fill up my husband so I can show you how it works. So obviously perfumes, aftershaves and things are in generally bigger than 100ml bottles, so you just pop this little top bit off like so, pump it into the bottom of this, and just kind of pump it as if you were spraying it in, and it just sprays it into these bottles. And I think I only took 2 of these for the 2 weeks in Florida, and I was running out. I think I did run out by the end, but 1 or 2 of these for a, let's see how long we're going for, 5-night trip. But anyway, yeah, that's how you do it, and that just decants a small amount. Obviously much easier to travel with, really good for like handbagable size, but that can go into our toiletries too. We're all set for whether we are actually just taking the stuff in carry-on, that is all carry-on approved, or whether I actually end up taking a bigger case as well. That will remain to be seen, seeing if I can pack everything in. But all of the liquids are hand luggage approved, so it doesn't matter where we put them. Now I think what I need to do next is grab the actual suitcases we're going to pack and start filling them up a bit more, so I can get more of an idea as I'm packing how much space I have remaining within that hand luggage allowance, and see realistically if we're going to have to check any bags in the hold.
I wanna stay here with you.
I'm at that stage of packing where everything feels very, very chaotic. Still, we need to push through. It's worth it because at the end of it, it's a Disney trip. These 2 cases, you may or may not have remembered, that I picked up when there was a big fuss because the American Tourister cabin cases were half price in Tesco. So I dashed in and I got a Mickey and a Minnie. What I didn't realise is how much smaller they were than the ones we bought online. So the dimensions of these are 55 by 36 by 24. The dimensions of the other ones are still compliant with EasyJet because, trust me, I checked. I had a small panic thinking maybe the other ones were too big for EasyJet, but they're compliant with the size, but they are that much bigger. So we are losing a few centimetres of space by taking these, but do you know what? They were a bit cheaper and I've got them now. So I do need to de-tag them and label them. I also need to tag them with some of these additional tags I always put on our cases so we can easily identify them, and if the tags the airport put on come off for whatever reason, we've still got a backup. I can now pack the toiletries. I always like to put anything with liquids within another, like, sealed-ish. I know there's technically a leak bit that could come out there, but if something was to explode in there, it's not just going to go all over the case, whereas if I put a bottle of shampoo or something directly in the case, then that could be disastrous. The other thing is, in the airport at customs, they often ask you to pull out all of your liquids. I can just pull out this bag knowing we're good to go. So that can go in. Also, first aid can go in. I am gonna need to put my makeup in there, I guess, and I can add the hair straighteners, although I do need to finish packing the makeup. So I'm just gonna leave that loose there, but just so I know it's got a place, and my hair straighteners. That is one of the last minute things that does have to go in. Actually, let's just do the makeup now. I've thrown a few extra bits in. I've got my Protect and Perfect with SPF, which goes under my makeup. I have got some like all-in-one BB cream type tinted moisturiser. Then I've got some lip and cheek tint, so it's really good for travelling because it's just one product. They don't make this anymore, but there is a Burt's Bees version which is very, very similar and cheaper actually than this used to be. However, I'm out to that, so I'm having to take this older one. And then I have just got bronzer, blusher and highlighter and a couple of brushes. So all of that in there, that can go in. I can feel quite content that I can zip away all the like toiletry-ish things, and I can just remember that the liquidy type stuff is in red Minnie Mouse if I get asked to pull things out at customs. Oh, just realised what I forgot to add to the toiletries, the toothpaste and also a hairbrush. I'll stick those in the mini case now, and then I'm going to move on to something I can't believe we haven't really used yet, which is packing cubes. I mentioned briefly I don't like to put anything directly in the case when it comes to liquids, but to be honest, I like to put everything in the case in some sort of packing cube, especially if it's small things, pants, socks, bits like that, because it's just easier then to pull things out, sort through things, put things back, pack, unpack, all of it, and generally just find things without everything being a big old mess. So get these away, and then let's start putting away all the bits my children have brought me, pants, socks and things like that, into packing cubes, and then we can tick off the list and feel like we're getting things done.
Tell me what you wanna do. Yeah,
making some real progress here now. Before I start packing away my things, I need to show you these rather attractive Disney essentials, which are the shorts. After having a bit of a Marilyn Monroe moment in my kind of flippy skater skirt on deck 10 on the cruise, I realised that getting on and off rides is far more ladylike with some shorts underneath. So I've got a pair of those for each day, as well as my standard underwear and some kind of loungewear and things for back at the hotel. So all that's got to go away. I've got the nightwear for the girls. That needs to get packed away into all these packing cubes. We've got them in various colours. I have got some linked in that blog post. It just makes everything so much easier. So I'm going to pack away the rest of the bits here, and then we're nearly ready to do a bit of a checklist for the clothes, and then we'll move on to the more Disney specific things, because obviously all the clothing is, you know, you have to take clothing wherever you're going to go away. So I'll get this lot away, then I'll share with you some things you really, really need to take with you specifically and exclusively really if you're going to Disney.
Can you make me feel this way? Don't let me down, down, down.
Okay, so when it comes to packing cubes, I kind of really want to maximise the space, and I feel like although all of my underwear and kind of loungewear has fit in there quite well, I feel like before I zip it up I could maximise the space, so I am going to pack this lovely sweatshirt, which again is from the Veronico Women's Empowerment Collection. This one was designed, because this whole range was designed with Disney bloggers, and this one was designed by a friend of mine, Disney Mad Mum. So I'm going to put that on top of there. All about maximising the space when we're packing. Making some real progress. Right, I'm going to stick all of this lot into the cases and get ticking off on the list. Okay, so I've now done underwear for me and Bella and Zara and everyone else. Amazing. Socks all round. Yes, I'm literally just packing trainer liners because we're only wearing trainers and we're only taking the shoes on our feet. There is a pool where we're staying, so I don't know whether maybe we should put flip-flops in just if we want to go down to the pool, but to be honest, we've got so much planned in our trip, I'm not even sure if we're going to have time to use the pool, so who knows. PJs, I have got that for everyone other than my husband, so they need to go in for him actually. I will do that before I put his packing cube in. Accessories, yes. I don't think we're taking, all the ears are done, aren't they? Yeah, accessories, all good to go. Oh, the only thing I do need to pack actually, William's hat with ears and the hats. Remember these? Ugh, I've only got to misplace them again. I remember when we were going to Florida, I had baseball caps that they wore on the cruise with ears on them, and I lost 2 out of 3 of them. Well, I found them again, and now I don't know what I've done with them. Okay, so maybe accessories are not all done. We'll scrub that out. We'll check accessories again. Cardigans, hoodies. We're basically wearing Spirit jerseys and things to go. I have got that little extra sweatshirt. Yeah, we're just going to wear all our layers because hopefully we won't need them much other than for the fireworks, and it's just less to pack. We're making some, yeah, I think tops for my husband, done. Trousers, yeah, Dylan's tops, done. They're already in, I put those in yesterday. Bottom halves, no, I do need to put shorts in for my husband as well. Okay, so I'm not quite done. I will not stick these things in the case yet, I'm not quite done.
Come, let me love you now. Yeah, you're the one that I want to stay here.
I think I'm making some real progress. It feels a little too good to be true because I've still got quite a lot of space left in the suitcase, which, don't get me wrong, is what I want because I want space to be able to bring things home when the children buy souvenirs and things. However, I just still feel I get the overwhelming, like I'm missing something, I'm forgetting something. So I'm going to show you these bits and pieces, and then I am going to continue tomorrow with the checking everything when I feel like I've had some headspace to come away from it and go back to it. I don't know if you guys do that with packing, but I sometimes find it quite helpful. Anyway, a few bits and pieces I am taking. I've got this folder full of all of our documents and things. So this has got the flight details, where we're staying. It's got the printouts of the day passes I've bought to get into Disneyland Paris, because we are upgrading to annual passes when we get there. All of those bits and pieces and all the documents, and I just highly recommend whichever kind of trip, Disney trip or non-Disney trip you're going on, folder, print everything out. It might be on your phone, but it's good to have a backup. And I talk about all of this stuff in my things to do before Disneyland Paris video, my things to do before Florida video. It's always essential to make sure you've got a backup of these documents. I've also got all our passports, which are zipped in this little, oh look, they're not put away nicely at all. They've still got our boarding passes from the last trip. Actually, I should take those out so the children can put them into their scrapbooks. But I've got this passport like folder thingy, so what I'll do is I will take those out and put them in some sort of order, so I know which order they are in. There we go, so I'll have the boys on one side, girls on the other side, so I can find these passports. This specific passport holder I bought because it had more than 4 slots in it. Most of the ones that I looked at only had the 4 slots. Obviously we need 6, so that wasn't much good to me. So this one's actually got 8. Plenty of slots. And you could also include any other ID documents and things in with your passports. A good place to store them, because let's face it, your passports are pretty valuable. You're going to keep them pretty safe and close to you. So those are going in what I'm packing as the hand luggage bag for my husband to carry. He's carrying this because it's big enough to fit the A4 folder, and I can put a few bits in there. The other bits and pieces I'm putting in here, travel sickness bands. I don't know if these are placebo or if they actually work, but I put them on the children when we're traveling. Zara especially has been complaining in car journeys, more so than she did on the plane, about feeling sick. So I put one of those on her, and well, it seems to work. I've also got motion sickness patches as well. You just never know. You just never know. I'd rather have them and be able to give them to the children than not. On to some more Disney specific things. Unpacking post-it notes. Now you might wonder, Ree, why are you packing post-it notes? If you watch my Florida vlog series, you will have heard me talking about the toilets. It's not something that all Disney vloggers talk about, because a lot of Disney vloggers don't have children, but if you have children, you may have noticed that the toilets have a really aggressive flush, probably as aggressive as, you know, the Dyson hand dryers that lots of children are quite frightened of, where they very abruptly make a noise and frighten small children. So the sensors in the toilets in Disney, and my understanding is that it's the same in Paris as in Florida, they've got a sensor, and obviously when you're sitting on the toilet you block the sensor, and then when you get off the toilet the sensor is no longer blocked and the toilet flushes quite aggressively. Now, when you've got a very small child, sometimes they don't fully cover the sensor with their little bodies, and the toilets flush while they're on the toilet, and it frightens them, and then they sometimes go through phases of refusing to go to the toilet in Disney. So if you cover the sensor, so I spent most of the time in Florida covering the sensor with my hand with toilet paper and things so Zara could go to the toilet. But if you put a post-it note over the sensor, then your child is going to be able to wee in peace without being flushed abruptly. So some more Disney specific things. Florida specifically first. Magic bands. I know this isn't talking about packing for Florida, but you may be watching this talking about thinking about packing for Florida. If you are going to Florida, magic bands, we would be taking our magic bands with us. We would be packing those again, and those are your hotel key if you're staying on site. They used to scan into the parks, your park tickets, all the things on the magic bands. But unfortunately, you can't use magic bands in Disneyland Paris. Disneyland Paris, if you're watching, we'd love a magic band. That would be brilliant. Now for Disney Cruise Line and for Disneyland Paris, you use a card if you've got an annual pass, or it's called your Key to the World card if you're on the ships. And the easiest way to carry one of these is obviously on a lanyard. So I've packed I will be packing all of our lanyards, because we will be getting annual passes, and that way we can scan in and out. Even if you're not physically going to wear it around your neck, you can tie it onto your bag. That's what I might actually do this time, is just sort of loop my annual pass rather than having it around my neck. Just loop it on to the back of my bag, so it's between my back and my bag, and then I've still got it as quite easy access without having to physically wear the lanyard around my neck. We have got some very pretty lanyards though, so maybe it's okay to wear the lanyard. I've got a blog post linking all of these, and that will be linked below as well. And then obviously the little lanyard card holder thing. So if you are on a Disney cruise ship, then your key to the world card, which is like a credit card, is your room key. It's how you pay for everything. It's how you prove who you are, in effect. So it's really, really essential to keep on you at all times. And obviously if you're going to be an annual pass holder in Disneyland Paris, you're going to want your annual pass on you too. I will be packing those. The other thing I will be packing, and we can get these in the parks, but I had some left over from the last trip, so I will be packing these. Disney pin badges come as standard with these very cute little Mickey pin badge thingies, which are very lovely, but they're not the most secure things in the world, and we have almost lost some pins previously. So when we were in Florida, we did buy a pack of these, and they're like secure pin back things, little things, and you kind of screw them on with this little tool, and then your pin that you buy is almost impossible to come off whatever you're wearing. Because I had some of those left over, they were in a multi-pack, I will pack those. If the children buy any pins, we can secure them onto lanyards, jackets, whatever we want to secure them onto. Lanyards, Disneyland Paris and cruise, magic bands if we're going to Walt Disney World. But honestly, if the Disney Cruise Line could use them, other than for the kids club, because they do use them in the kids club, it's not that they don't use the technology, but if they could use them for the rest of the ship, I'd be a happy girl, because they are so much easier than having to carry something. I prefer something you can wear than something you have to carry. We're now going to jump forward in this vlog to another day where my brain is feeling less addled, where we can check what I've done so far and what still needs to be done. Confession time. I was fully intending to keep packing through the week and have this all done by now, but it's the weekend again and a whole week has passed with my bedroom just looking like a storage place for suitcases. So I'm now going to get all the suitcases back out, open them all up. I have been adding bits and pieces to a basket in my room, just more stuff everywhere. So I just really want to get these cases finished, ready to go. I will still have to add in bits of camera gear, and I have to charge the batteries last minute, because I always feel, I don't know if this is a real thing or not, but I always feel that perhaps batteries lose their charge a little bit just being left there, so I like to charge those as last minute as possible, so they're kind of as good to go as possible for last minute. Obviously there'll be another couple of last minute bits that have to go in, like we'll fill up drinks on the day, things like that, but the majority of bits I think I can get done today. So let's see if we can finish this.
Tonight we're running on the right track.
So these cases are now full. I am going to just check briefly what's in them. These two cases, however, are not full. They have space in them for at least half of the case is empty. And then this case is going to be primarily the last minute case, because that's going to be my cameras, my batteries, my laptop, stuff I'm actually going to need beforehand. So now let's get all these pack-a-macs and things, snacks and what have you, into the cases in the spaces. So snacks wise, I'm actually taking cereal bars for breakfast, and obviously they could be eaten later in the day as well. I've packed them into these kind of zippy bags. So we've got Cheerios and Cocoa Pops ones. We've got Rice Krispie bars in here. This one is Frosties and Crispy Squares. So if anyone is hungry in between meals or breakfast time, that's going to be an easy way to feed the children, because they would have cereal for breakfast anyway, and my husband. I've also got some breakfast biscuits there as well. So for myself, if you follow me on my main channel, you'll know that when I eat these protein bars for breakfast anyway, I just find they keep me fuller for longer from Exanti. So I will pack some of those to take with me. I did the same for Florida. And then that was just breakfast done, out of the way. We don't have to go out and get anything. We don't have to really prepare anything. It's nice and easy. And then we can actually eat our meals in the parks in between attractions and things. Then to save a little bit on snacks, I am taking some mini cheddars, which are like little crackers. There are 6 of us, so obviously that is only 4 snack sessions if everyone has a bag each time, but that's better than nothing. It's all worth saving a few pounds, a few euros on everything we can. Now I am packing this, which I bought in Primark as well. Just one roll out like pencils that the children can share. But in addition to this, they've each got their own little pens and notebooks in their own backpacks. So let me get all this sorted, all these cases sorted, and then I will show you what the children will be carrying in their physical carry-on backpacks for the plane, and those bits and pieces will be transferred into whichever bag they're taking to the parks, which will therefore be their park bags. So at the moment, all of these cases are full. These 2 cases are half full and have got quite a bit of space left in them. Then I've got that Snow White one, which is totally empty. I've also found the Packaway Max, which hopefully we won't need, but I'm going to put into the suitcases just in case.
I know we never gonna look back. Oh, I just wanna have a...
Almost forgot, I'm also taking some of these birth drink sachets. These are the multivitamin energy drinks. I just add them to 500 ml of water. I drink these loads at home, so I'm gonna need some of those to keep me going on the trip too.
Good time, call me whatever. 'Cause I'm up for anything like that. Oh no, we don't wanna do slow-mo, so tonight we just let go. To the beat in the streets, every freak out, singing like, party like, freaking out. To the beat, yeah, we're freaking.
Okay, so I'm just going through my tech bags and I've realised I do not have much in the way of European plugs. So we've got a lot of this kind of adapter. Now these must be the American ones because I've got loads of these. So we would have used these on the cruise and in Florida. This one becomes an American one and I've got lots of British multi-plug things. But it only appears I have one European. So I am going to have to order a set of these plug adapters for the European sockets to use. So then if I've got a European plug adapter, pretend that's a European one, I could still take that, couldn't I? Okay, and I could still take that. So what I need is, if I pack those, a couple more European bits. Otherwise we're going to be really stuck with charging not just phones, but obviously my camera bits and laptop and things like that. So those can stay home. None of those are relevant. Oh, I have got some headphones in. I'll take those. Always good to have some extra headphones. So that's ready to go. And I have been sent one more thing, which Bella really, really wants to take, and it's this gorgeous, she calls it Lucky. I'm not sure if this is Lucky the Dalmatian. I think it might be Pat. She calls it Lucky, but it's really gorgeous. So when we're doing Marie Day, if you saw our outfit thing, then technically Bella could wear a white dress and just a red bow, and then would be a Dalmatian, but close enough. Anyway, she wants to take this bag on that particular day. So the only place I have got space, I could fill this with my cameras and tech and plugs and things. So instead of taking this bag, I could put that stuff in here and they would fit in the case because I have allocated space for that. So in this case, this is gonna be my very last minute case. So that's gonna be things like my tripod. That's probably gonna be the tripod I use to actually vlog with the camera I'm vlogging on now. I've got a different lens for that camera. There is a very big lens I'm using at the moment. So all that I'll just carry in my hand. Got my GoPro for filming on the rides and things, which is on a wrist strap. And then this little camera that I was talking about before, which is on a gimbal. So basically it's a really steady shot. So even if you're almost running with this thing, you get a really steady picture. So I kind of think for walking around the parks, getting some nice footage of like walking down Main Street and perhaps some of the slower outdoor rides. This doesn't do amazingly well indoors in the dark, and neither does the GoPro if I'm honest, which is why I take my massive camera that I'm filming on now. So getting there, I think I've got all these bags out to show you. Obviously I'm gonna have to put a couple of bits in last minute, like the drinks and stuff, but I think we're there or thereabouts. So I'm gonna show you what I've done, and then that can act as my like checklist as well, can't it? We can check it off together. So now let's take a look at everything I've packed and let's zip it all away, check it off my packing list so that I can start to get excited for this trip. In here we've got all the outfits for Belle/Alice Day, if you saw what we're wearing. In here, the stuff for Toy Story Day. And then if we unzip this side, we can see all the snacks. So my drinks, snacks for the parks, breakfast bars, all that kind of thing. So we can safely say that the Jasmine case, I believe that's Jasmine, yeah, the Jasmine case is done. That can be zipped up. In this one, which is the R2-D2 case, we've got, gosh, what's in here? In here, we've got a packing cube full of leggings, which I'm really hoping we won't need. But if we stay for the fireworks, which at the moment are at 11 p.m, probably will need to put those on myself and the girls. Then this one has got some spare jeans and shorts and things for the boys. Then round here, I have put our Packamax. I believe my husband and teenager are just going to wear jackets that will double up as waterproofs. Over here, we've got some bags that William wants to take. In this one, I've put Dylan's t-shirts, and in this one, I've put William's t-shirts. Over here, we've got more clothes for the boys and a packing cube for my husband of all his bits and pieces. Then over here, we've got the white dresses and pink belts and things for Marie Day. The ears are in there as well. The dresses for Tiana Day and the ears for those are in there too. I am making the most of some little spots around and about to put extra bits like leggings so they can just be stuffed down the side. Over here, we've got toiletries, toothbrushes, makeup and more toiletry bits. So this is the case I'm going to need to pull out when they need to see all our liquids. Then these are full of outfits. These are the outfits that we need to change into for the first park day, and these are the shorts that William needs to put on. So this is the Cinderella case. So when we get to the hotel, I'm hoping we're going to be able to get changed before we go into the parks because we're going to be feeling a bit icky having travelled, and I'm hoping it's going to be nice and warm and we'll be in jeans and jumpers and things having travelled. So in here, this is mostly my stuff, socks and pants and nightwear. So that's all the cases ready to be zipped up. Half of that case is snacks. So if we buy any souvenirs and things, we have got half a case worth spare to bring things back. This case over here, I'm hoping isn't going to be super stuffed. This is going to be my laptop. That's just the laptop case at the moment, and charger. I've got to go in there, but obviously I can't put those in yet because I need to use them. I will be putting in here spare camera batteries. This is an SSD, like a hard drive, and wires. Are you even a YouTuber unless you have one of those hard drives? This is full of SD cards, which are like camera storage cards, so not everyone will need these. But I do use a lot of SD cards while I'm vlogging, and I've just got them named as the colour on the sticker so I can identify which are which. Spare camera batteries and AirPods, they actually need to go in my backpack. My other camera, which is my little camera. I used to use this for vlogging all the time before I was using the one that I've got now. I am going to take this with me as well. Just in case. I'd be gutted if I had this camera at home and then something happened to my main camera and I couldn't film anymore, so it seemed madness not to take that. And also perhaps if some of our party go off with my husband or whatever, they can film a few bits and pieces too. I've got a spare light, spare external microphone, that's just a little one, and some batteries for the GoPro. And I think I might actually end up decanting all of these electrical bits into this bag. And then obviously we've got that much more space to bring things back if we need to. These baskets are things that we will be wearing to travel. The shoes are in here, some t-shirts in there, and the rest of the stuff I've hung up in Zara's room. Then we're on to bags that we're physically going to carry. So I think this is the bag I'm going to take on the plane. Each of us will have their own drink bottle, either the larger size or we've got some of the smaller size. Obviously, it's nice to have larger bottles, but the smaller size are perhaps more convenient for carrying around to the parks. I am taking sunglasses. I've got spare camera batteries for the camera I'm filming on now, because as soon as that needs charging, it needs changing straight away, and my AirPods. Obviously, my phone will go in. This is in a MagSafe case. The pop socket is the one my husband bought me in Walt Disney World, but it's attached to the case via this metal disc. So you need a MagSafe case and this metal disc, and you can put any normal pop socket on it. But also then I can use this charger brick thing, which is also MagSafe, and when I turn it on will charge my phone, but also I can hold it. So it's brilliant. I can charge my phone while still using it. Obviously I drain my battery in the parks, taking a lot of photos using the app to order food and things, and taking lots of video for Instagram. I've got a little touch-up kit that's like a sunscreen, lipstick, the little perfume atomizer I showed you before, a few bits and pieces for if I'm a bit hot and melty in the parks and want to touch up my face. I've got the hand sanitizer that I had in Walt Disney World, and then everyone has got in their hand luggage a packet of tissues, some wet wipes, and my husband and I have got touch-up sunscreen for the children too. I've also got a cute little brush. I'm using these zippy pouches, means that if anything leaks, then things are protected, but also I can switch things from bag to bag quite easily. My husband's bag has got very similar things, but it's a bit bigger, so I'm also putting in the travel sickness bands just for the journey there. He can be in charge of this luggage weighing thing. I guess we better weigh the luggage actually before we go to check that it's compliant, so stay tuned to the end of the video for that. Each of us, actually this one's mine, each of us has got the lanyard to put in our annual passes when we get them, so that one's mine. Well, he's got, which one's he got? Where is it? Well, he has got one anyway. I've also put in his bag all the paperwork and the thing with the passports in it. Again, wipes and tissues, sunscreen. And I'll add a drink into his bag and some snacks too. Then for each of the children, I'll just kind of show you once because they've all got very similar things. This is the bag that Bella's taking. This was also just delivered to us from Very Nico, so thank you so much for that, Very Nico. It's gorgeous. It's Tiana's bag, and look how beautiful it is. It is stunning. So Bella's going to take that one on the plane now, I think. So that's her lanyard. They've each got wireless headphones. The over-ear ones are quite good. They sort of double up as ear defenders if the children find anything quite overwhelming. Then they've each got a little zippy thing with a standard pen. One of these clicky pens that are just amazing. Look how cool these are. I bought a multi-pack of these. And they're the kind like when you're a child, or when I was a child anyway, and then you go click, and there's all different colours. So that's like, rather than giving them a whole pencil case of things each, just one of those pens does the trick. A little notebook, tissues, wipes, and a little charger pack to charge their devices, and a wire each. I will obviously add the devices last minute when they have been charged. They're each going to take a Nuimo, even though they haven't all given me their Nuimos yet. And I'll put the Post-its in Zara's bag because obviously she's the one sort of needs them the most. Whoever takes her to the toilet has those. Each of the children have got nice Disney wallets, and they will probably take them into the parks, but they are quite bulky, so it depends on the size of their bag, how much they've got crammed in there. I need to add in drinks for each of the children. They've all got their lanyards ready, and William's already put his ears in for the first day. And with regards to these neck pillows, I've come to the conclusion that we are only on the plane for something like an hour and 20 minutes. So I'm going to talk to the children. They're either going to have to attach them to the outside of their bags if they're adamant they want to take them. But to be honest, I don't really feel like we need them. We're going to be longer in the airport and in the airport transfers than we are on the plane. They can't really wear those in a car seat. So I'm thinking we perhaps leave them behind. Now let's zip up all these cases and see how much they weigh. Now for the moment of truth. Where's the weighing thingy? Scales, I guess. Luggage scales would be the official term. I'm not going to weigh the Snow White case yet because obviously that hasn't got my laptop and things in it, so I'll have to weigh that again. Okay, make sure we're on kilos. That one is not registering. This one is 9 kilos. Okay, I think that's allowed. Oh, that one's fine, that's 7.8. 8.4. So far so good. Ooh, this one feels heavier. Nope, 8.6, not heavier. Not really. And 7.9. So far so good. So I will have to weigh Snow White after I put my laptop in, but so far I'm pretty pleased. List-wise, I can now tick off yes for accessories, yes for toiletries, yes I put in the coats, but my husband and teenager are going to wear theirs, yes for leggings. I've got a section on the bottom, I've added things on travel day, snacks, tech, not quite there yet. Straighteners need to go in last. William's hat, I found, that's gone in. European plugs, I do need to order those. So there are a couple of things I'm keeping on the bottom of this list which need to be ticked off, obviously a little bit more last minute. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful if you're planning for a Disney trip or you've just enjoyed it for watching for the sake of it. Make sure you are subscribed for all of the vlogs. As soon as the series is live, it will be on screen now. So click over there or enjoy another one of the videos that I've put on screen now, whatever takes your fancy. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.